Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Nicola and I blog over at thefrugalcottage.com all about budgeting, money saving and investing. Now it's been another week here in lockdown in the UK. I hope you're staying safe and are not getting too bored at home, for want of a better word. I think the extension of the 3 weeks is making it seem really long, and people just want to know when the end is going to be, and obviously they can't say that. I'm running out of things to do at home, I'm not going to lie, and activities I thought would take a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old quite a while to do are lasting like 5 minutes before they get bored. So the days are long, but I'm safe at home, and whenever I feel a bit negative, I try and remember that the fact that I am safe at home and there are people in much more difficult positions. But it is easier said than done some days, I will admit. However, as it's another week, I thought I would show you just what our spending has been in this lockdown period. As always, I am talking through my budget planner. I'll leave a link down below for that. But whichever way works for you in terms of tracking your finances, just find one that works and stick at it. And at the moment, it's even more important to track your finances in some way at the moment, just so that you can see what's happening, and especially if your income is a bit precarious, just to check that things are what they should be. So let's turn to April. So as always, I've got my kind of bill calendar overview with my little stickers I like. Nothing changes on that at the moment, so I'll just turn over all of these. Sinking funds, I spoke about this last weekend. I'm not entirely sure what to do with these at the moment, mainly because I don't know, it just feels weird to be saving things when we're in such a strange scenario. So one of my sinking funds is the summer holidays, for example, and at the moment no one knows quite what that's going to be like. Are we going to be able to be going out? Are we just going to be still at home? And it seems weird to be saving for something when you don't know what's going to be happening, if that makes sense. So I've kind of paused all those for now. It's not that I'm not saving, and it's not that I'm not thinking about them, it's just that I genuinely don't know what to do about them. Do you have sinking funds? Are you just continuing with them as normal? Let me know in the comments below. Help me out. Give me some ideas of what to do about those. I'd love some advice on that, because I just don't know what to do about those. Hence why that's got nothing on, because I've not done anything with them. Normally this would have some transactions when I'm using my cash envelopes. If there's any cash, as in notes, left at the end of the week, I normally kind of transfer those to different sinking funds, but as I'm not using those either, you know, it's all just a bit odd. So anyway, let's turn over again. So no spend days. So at the start of the month I said that I would count it as a spend day when my husband goes food shopping. So days being food shopping, today for example, so today will be a spend day. He also went on Wednesday. We run out of milk and fruit, and I wanted a loaf tin because I've got some bananas that need using, so I'm going to make a banana loaf with those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm up to 12 so far, so it's going okay. It's the 18th, so there's I had to think about how many days there were in April then. So there's another 12 days in April after this. So I still need to get 8 more no spend days, but I think, you know, touch wood, all being well, I should manage that this month. It's weird because I'm not actually doing any spending. I'm not going anywhere. I've ordered, I think, 2 things online since it started, and that's it. I'm being really mindful of the fact that I used to have not a problem, but I used to order a lot of stuff online without really thinking about it, and I'm trying to be mindful of not getting back into the habit of doing that just because I'm bored. So I've only ordered a couple of things online, which I'm pleased about, but that's what no spend days look like for now. Yeah, so although there's gaps, that's because my husband's been spending in those, not that I have. Which is not actually how I normally use my no spender tracker. Normally, I say normally, before this I wouldn't track his spend days because he, you know, he can spend when he likes if he wants to. I'm not like that. and to be fair, to give him credit, he doesn't spend that often, so it wasn't anything like he's not spending every day, for example. But before this, my no spend days were mine and mine alone, whereas now I'm counting him spending like the food shop as a spend day for me, if that makes sense, which is again a bit of a change in setup, but that's just how it goes for now. And again, you know, for probably through May as well, and then who knows. Although I was saying to a friend yesterday and she agreed with me, I can't imagine how it's going to feel like to just pop to the supermarket again, or go to, I don't know, the park, or, you know, all the things you kind of took for granted just being able to do. After this is over, how will that feel to be able to do that? Like, how will it feel just to kind of go somewhere? I don't think it'll feel the same, especially not to begin with. Like, this is almost the start of week 5 of me being at home and I've not left. I can't imagine just going to a place of lots of other random strangers anymore, which is weird. But there we go. So we'll see what happens whenever that happens. Turning over, so again, I've explained how I'm doing this. So all these spends here, you can see the two categories that we're spending the most on, food and miscellaneous. So miscellaneous is like household stuff, the cat stuff. That generally is because we're not doing anything. So the 4 categories I normally have, so you can see there's petrol once on there. We're not hardly using any petrol at all. So Dave's taking the car to work, but he doesn't drive very far in comparison to when I'm going to work. So petrol's lasting us a lot longer. I'm not taking the kids to soft play or swimming, or, you know, any place where we'd spend money. So their budget, as you can see so far, has not even been touched, because normally there'd be a children's budget. And if I flick back to this, you can see that our children's budget, we have 2 children, is £100 per month, because, you know, normally we're doing stuff with them, we're buying things, you know, it's, you know, children cost money, don't they? This month, apart from the obvious food, which comes under food, you know, they're not really costing us very much, because, bless them, we're not doing anything. We're spending lots of time in our garden. We're lucky that we have a garden that they can play out in. We're lucky that they've had some things sent from grandparents to have in the garden. So they've been sent a mud kitchen and like those space hopper things, although our 2-year-old can't get on one of those, so that's interesting to watch him attempt that. But they've been sent a couple of things from grandparents to help keep them occupied, I suppose, and they're quite happy, to be fair, just potting around the garden, playing with things. You've got like a water, I don't even know what you'd call it, a water thing that they quite like. But in terms of us actually going and doing anything else, we're not. And so we've, you know, we're over halfway through April and we've not touched their budget at all, which is strange. I do feel like they're both gonna like go out of their clothes at the same time, but we'll see. They're both having growth spurts at the moment, and so far things are still fitting okay. But you know, when you can tell that it won't be long until they're in the next size of clothes. And normally I would just either go into town and buy stuff, or buy things in the supermarket. Supermarket clothes for boys are good, especially our boys who kind of are quite happy to get like muddy and wet and all that kind of stuff, that, you know. But I can't do that, so it'll be interesting to see what happens when the time comes in terms of buying them new stuff. So going back to this, so he went food shopping on, was that Wednesday, and then he's been today as well, and that is the only spending that's gone on so far. And if we turn over, so my expense trackers are really, I suppose, you know, silver lining in a good way, they're really empty. So if we look at week 3, which is this week that's just been, I run my weeks from a Sunday to a Saturday, in case that looks strange. So food this week we spent £67.33, so if you see the last week was £127, this week is much better in that respect. It's much more kind of an average of what we spend, and that leaves us with £82.92 going forward. Now I increased our food budget for this month because I knew that we'd be spending more, because we're all at home more, like we're all at home for lunch and stuff, so it's, you know, the sensible thing to do there was to raise the food budget, and that's okay. Miscellaneous, we spent £18.38 this week. Things like, I wanted a loaf tin, I mentioned that already. We needed some more kind of vitamins and just random stuff for the house. But that still leaves us with £62.10 for that, which is fine. I don't know if we'll go over that. I mean, you'd assume in a week and a bit we wouldn't go over that, but there you go. And then petrol, we've not spent anything, so £70 left in that budget. And like I said, the children's budget is still in touch, so that still leaves us with the £100 we started with. And again, you know, we don't need petrol, so I can't see us using, well, even if we needed a full tank, it wouldn't cost us £70 to fill our car up. We've not got a big car at all. And unless I suddenly go mad at ordering them loads of clothes online, which is very unlike me, I don't see how we'll go over the £100 for children either. So the only one that might be slightly iffy is the food budget, but that, you know, that's okay. We seem to be going through, I tell you what we're going through the most is we seem to be going through strawberries, blueberries and raspberries at like the most ridiculous rate. If I was ever going to attempt to grow something in our garden, and I'm the world's least like competent gardener, I just don't enjoy it. I would try and grow either strawberries or raspberries because we go through a stupid amount of them, and you know, they're not the cheapest of fruits. I wish my children would eat apples and pears, but they don't very often. But yeah, so the only thing we're going to go over is food, but I'm hoping not. £82 for one more week and a bit seems like that, you know, that shouldn't be the case, but we will see. And then finally, I've not got anything written there. I've not made any extra income. I keep thinking about this because I normally have some kind of thing up for sale on eBay or Facebook, or I'm thinking about other things. It seems weird to not even be considering that as an option at the moment. And lots of Instagram accounts I follow are still actually selling things on eBay and posting, so I don't know if I'm being overly cautious by not doing that. I can't decide. I guess it depends how much longer this goes on as to whether I change my mind on not selling things online at the moment, but for now there's nothing in there. And then the final page in this, well, almost the final page, is my savings aim. So my savings aim is the same. It's £700 for April. It's going to be £700 every month this year, and you know, touch wood, at the moment our income is the same as always. Me and my husband are both considered key workers, so thankfully our income at the moment is okay. However, I normally need to stop using the word normally. I need to find a different word to replace it. I transfer that over on my payday, which is at the end of next week. Yes, it's on Friday of this next week. So I transfer the £700 on that payday and then colour that in, because I'm very much someone who likes visual representation of things, if that is not obvious by now. And then the last page in the budget planner, which is the one I do at the end of the month, oh, if I can turn the page, is my April reflection. So this is looking back on the categories and see if they've gone over and anything different to do next month. This is all a bit different at the moment as well, because obviously there's just, you know, there's not much to write about. And again, that could be a good thing. I don't know. But that's how our spending has been this week. That's how I feel about things. Isn't it all just odd? And I tell you what, I miss seeing other people. I miss seeing people in real life. Yeah, it's great that we can do FaceTime or ring through WhatsApp or whatever, and it is, and don't get me wrong, you know, that is good. Oh, but I miss seeing people in real life. I miss being at work. I miss, you know, I see lots of people in a week at work normally, and I miss all that. It's just, yeah, I'm ready for things to go back to normal. But it's not going to go back to normal, is it? So I need to stop saying that. So that's my budget spending for week 3 of April. Feeling okay. I'm feeling okay about it all, really. If I look at my expense tracker, I'm feeling okay about that at this point. So there we go. Thanks always for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know how you're getting on and how you're feeling about things. Are you spending more or less during this time? I think overall we're definitely spending less on most areas, just more on food. But everyone I talk to, that is the same for everybody. So that doesn't make me feel bad. That makes me feel better. But let me know how you're getting on. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.